is part of the story of Dr. Ann Waswa, who works at Central, the University of Georgia, right here in Athens. So we were in your office, and I saw some of these awards. So tell us about this one. Says Ann Waswa President's Award for contribution to the field of evaluation, representing the AEA 2024 conference theme. Mm-hmm. What is this about? Wow, a President's Award?
Yes, yeah, that is the President's Award. So
it wasn't only just first class honors. You are still. Tell us about this award.
Yeah. So that is in line with the work I'm doing currently.
Yeah.
So initially I stated that I'm the monitoring, evaluation, and learning coordinator for the Center on Human Trafficking Research and Outreach. I'll call it Central. Moving forward. So as I said initially, we do a range of programs focusing on prevention, protection, and prosecution. And so the theme for the 2024 American Evaluation Association Conference was amplifying and empowering voices in evaluation. So literally I applied, and then you had to answer questions on how the work that you're doing speaks to this theme.
Okay.
A very important aspect of our work is the work we do with survivors.
Yeah.
Survivors of human trafficking, but also the communities where those survivors come from, and so on and so forth. So in our evaluation work, we try to use a participatory approach where you're really aiming to use trauma-informed approaches in all the service that you're providing the survivors, ranging from protection and also prosecution, because you cannot approach this issue using a one-size-fits-all approach. So it entails also training those in law enforcement, prosecutors, judges on how to include trauma-informed prosecution when they're dealing with human trafficking cases. But also just during the evaluation of the programs, to know what are the learnings, what are the reflection, are these programs really relevant, are they effective, are they speaking to the needs of the survivors that we are working with. So we also engage the survivors during the evaluation data collection processes, where we work with them, conducting interviews, where we're requesting information about how the experiences during the program, and also their recommendations on how we can serve other survivors or them better.
Okay, so this has got to do with the current work we are doing
this is
right now.
This is really recent, 2024, last year.
Wow. You've never stopped winning awards. This is another one. This is 2023 Graduate School of University of Georgia Excellence in Teaching Award. Ann Waswa, Mathematics, Science, and Social Studies Education, 2023.
Yes.
This time you were still a graduate student?
Yes, I was a graduate student there. I was a teaching assistant, because I got
this doesn't come easy. Very few students, very few graduates.
Only 5.
Only 5.
Entire teaching.
I figure probably there could be 1,000 or so graduates.
Yes, so because for the entire university. Yes.
And you among them?
Yes, I was among the 5 in 2023.
Wow.
So
cameraman, I hope you can zoom on this.
Grateful for that as well.
If you're watching this, this is Diaspora Scholars TV, and this is a Diaspora Scholar, Dr. Ann Waswa. In 2023, she was the best, graduate teaching assistant at the University of Georgia in the US. Looking back all the way at that primary school bare feet.
Yes, in Matawa.
In Matawa, in Mumias.
Yes.
To this and beyond.
Yeah, to this and now this.
I thought sometimes you keep winning awards, and sometimes people wonder, when you stop being a student, they stop. You haven't stopped getting awards. That one you got when you were working, all right?
Yes, I got this when I had just started working. I graduated in 2023.
So what did you graduate in here, at University of Georgia? A little bit about that.
Okay. So yeah, I came to the University of Georgia. I was admitted for a PhD in mathematics education in 2018. And then...
That is after leaving Syracuse.
Yeah, that's after graduating.
So you didn't take a break?
No, it was like, yeah, direct. Because I wanted to
from spring and then fall.
Fall, yes. So I only had summer, but even that summer I was still working at Syracuse University.
Yeah.
I used to work for the math department.
Yeah.
At Syracuse University as a teaching assistant as well.
Yeah.
So I was teaching math courses for undergraduates.
At Syracuse?
Yes.
During the summer?
Yes.
And then when summer ended, you came to Athens in Georgia?
Yes, for my
to start
PhD.
your PhD?
Yes. So yes, I started my PhD at the University of Georgia in 2018, fall of 2018. And then after I was done with my coursework, I'm really passionate about numbers, particularly statistics, because of how applicable statistics are in real world. But also because, like, nowadays with AI and all that, even algorithms are biased.
Yeah.
So just having, wanting to represent, for example, people like me who are knowledgeable about this field and how I can also contribute to how we can use statistics, like, to make decisions, inform, like, insights and so on and so forth. So lucky for me, my program at the University of Georgia, the PhD program, allows you to do a secondary master's.
Wow.
In a related field. So some people choose to do a master's in math. Some people do master's in statistics, because I was very passionate about statistics. After I was done with my coursework for my PhD, when I was getting into my research, I started taking courses towards my master's.
Another master's degree?
In statistics, yes.
A second master's degree?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So yes, I was doing my master's alongside my PhD at the same time.
Who does that? So you are literally doing 2 graduate degrees, literally at the same time.
Yes, and remember, UGA, the University of Georgia, does not allow you to use the same credit.
You can't use the same credit. No, you can't.
So you have to do, like, separate.
You have to meet requirements for both degrees.
Yes. So yes, I started my master's in statistics in 2021 while I was doing my PhD in mathematics education. And then I completed and actually graduated the master's first before the PhD, but just months apart. Because I graduated with my master's in statistics in May of 2023. And then I defended my dissertation on June 29th of 2023.
Wow.
So I was done with my PhD in summer. And then in the fall, I started working.
Did you hear that? Oh, my goodness. You can be able to study for 2 graduate degrees and graduate just months apart. Master's and PhD.
Yes.
You were in both graduation ceremonies.
Yes. Though the walking ceremony for my PhD was in December. Because they only have 2. You can graduate either in fall or summer or spring, but then the celebrations are in spring and in.
So when did you work for the masters?
May of 2023.
And then for PhD?
December of 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. If you thought this can't happen, and so that's why I do this and I learn as well as I go around the US and all over. This is a story of how you can be able to actually engage in what you love with passion. You talked about numbers. I mean, I remember when you talked about your primary school, you said you are the best in math.
Yes.
You've loved math throughout your life.
Yes, I've loved math throughout my life, but also I've had teachers who really supported my love for math, specifically my high school teacher. That one I also owe him. He's called Mr. Norman Ochieng.
Yeah.
When, like, he never allowed me to settle for average. I say this because I would be the best overall in math in the entire 4 streams of 160 students. But then he would punish me for not meeting a certain grade.
That means...
So to me, I'm like, why are you punishing me and I'm leading?
You are still the best.
So it didn't make sense to me
Wow.
Then. But
is Norman still, I mean, alive?
He's in Kenya. I told you I owe him. I will go back and tell him thank you.
We honor you for what you did. We are now talking about Dr. Ann Waswa.
Yes.
At that time, it wasn't pleasant. But right now, you look back and say, thank God.
Yeah, he never allowed me to settle for average. Even though I was leading, he told me that was not enough. He even like, he would punish me for...
And right now, you actually know what average is because you are a statistician. You literally know what average...
Now I'm aiming for the upper quartile.
It's not a representation of an outlier on the upper end. Because you can totally be above average.
Yes, I can be.
And be classified as the mean. because if you are getting 100% and everybody is getting 20%, they take it like you scored 50%.
Yeah, like you're included.
You're included in the mean.
In the when they're doing the average. So
the average.
Really thankful for such people in my life who never allowed me to settle for average, even though I thought I was the best and nobody should have a problem with that. He never allowed me to settle for average. That made sense to me way later, because then I was like, what is wrong with this teacher?
Yeah.
I'm the best. What is his problem? But now when I looked back, I was like, if he would have let me just settle for average because I was leading, I wouldn't be where I am today.
You wouldn't be where you are. On that camera, tell, advise other people watching you, particularly, we have to say girls who sometimes, it has been said wrongly that the perception here is that maybe math is not for them. You've shown it again, time without number, that you can excel in it, you can put hard work in it. You refuse to be average, the way it was told to you by your teacher. Speak to them.
Yeah, but I believe those are stereotypes that math is not for women. I believe anyone can do math. In fact, my dissertation was on mathematical creativity.
Okay.
And it shows, like, if people are given that opportunity and the environment that supports their creativity in math, anyone can do. I believe anyone can do math from my findings of my dissertation. But you need that enabling environment. You need someone who's patient with you, someone who'd let you explore and not just give you a perception of math as just numbers and formulas. There's more to it than just numbers and formulas, but you need the supporting environment that that can help you see that. But yes, I believe if you put your all in it and do your best, you can excel in math as a woman. All these things that math is for just men, to me, those are just stereotypes, because I'm a living example that it is not.
Dr. Ann Waswa is a living example. She's excellence par excellence, we must say. She's still winning awards. We'll be here again when she gets the 2025 award. Because it looks like every year, she gets awards. And we didn't even talk some of the awards you've won in conferences. Lots of awards. When I was researching about this, I've seen many awards you've won as well in other areas that we didn't even talk about. And so we want to thank you.
Thank you.
This was an opportunity that we really wanted to do even as early as last year. At least we've gotten a picture, a little bit of your academic journey.
Yes. We
wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
This is not even the limit.
Actually, this is what I usually tell people. I don't know if you'll have another question for me at the end.
Keep going.
But I was gonna say if there are two things. If I was asked two things to tell someone to encourage them. One is from that professor from Kenyatta University that we met in Sweden. That was my divine connection that told us if we do well, she was going to connect us to her networks in the US. She told us the sky is the floor, not the limit.
The sky is the floor.
Yes. And that also speaks to my math teacher is pushing for not to settle for average.
Yeah.
So the sky is not the limit. It is the floor.
It is the floor.
Okay. And then the other thing is, do not